Good morning, Mankato Church family. This is Pastor Ben. I am very glad to be able to greet you, at least using this video message. It's Saturday, October the 3rd, and you are here at church. And what a better place to be than here congregating and worshiping God this morning. I do have a very important announcement. This is very important, and I want you to bear with me for a little bit. If we haven't started yet the service, but I want you to be aware that we are a very special people called by God with a very specific purpose. And I believe with all my heart that Mankato Seventh-day Adventist Church is here in this community with a purpose. And I believe that God wants us to become a big blessing, big with capital letters, B-I-G, big blessing to our community here in Mankato. And I think we have been in the past and will continue to be, but for some reason, as we enter the last quarter of the year, we are going to become a big blessing to our community. And how are we going to do it? We are going to be engaging in something new this coming week. And we are partnering with Oregon Conference, and we're going to be doing some online evangelism. Now, this is not the traditional evangelism that we maybe are used to. At one point, we believe in the gospel. Somebody shared the good news with us, and we embrace the message of salvation in Christ. Now, we want more people in our community to embrace the same message. And for that reason, now we are partnering this. And I want to show this short video to begin with so you can know who is it that we're partnering with. Pastor Evans is the outreach director for the Oregon Conference. And I want to show this video to you.
Welcome to Max Harvest Church. My name is Tom Evans. Society is rapidly changing, and too often the church is scrambling to catch up. Or worse, we simply keep repeating approaches that once worked, but now have diminishing returns. What reached people 30 years ago, or even 5 years, dare I say last year, might not be effective today. Perhaps you've discovered, as I have, that the older we get, the harder time we have with new ideas and change. At Max Harvest, we've intentionally surrounded our team with young leaders who are pioneering fresh approaches to sharing the gospel. I'm constantly being stretched, and I'm grateful for it. We'd like to share our evangelism journey with you. As we pilot new approaches, best practices are identified and featured here on this website. Our team is committed to produce material that will be a blessing beyond our current context. This site is specifically designed with your local church in mind. Let us know how we can support you as you innovate for the sake of the gospel.
Well, like Pastor Evans said, we are living in a new world. This is totally different. Everything is online. And that's why we're targeting doing online evangelism. And for that reason, this coming Friday, we are beginning an online series. Now, this evangelism is not the common series where a pastor is going to come and they're going to open the Bible and they're going to preach messages from the Bible. Is not that type of series. Now, the pastor that he's going to present is called Richie Henderson. Now, if you go to our website, www.mankatosda.org, you will see right there on the top of our website page the introduction to Pastor Rich's message. The whole series is 10 presentations starting Friday night, and then we have to do it because Pacific time is 6:45. Our time is 8:45. So it's a little bit later in the evening. Now, the whole presentation, it will last max about 40 to 45 minutes. And that's why it's very important that we understand this change, but it's going to be through Facebook. Now, there's a lot of things that we can do. And this online evangelism, I would like everybody in our church to be engaged, to participate, to go to the website. It's actually a Facebook page, and see live these events. Now, I want you to visit our website, but also I want you to listen to this other pastor who's a trainer with the Oregon Conference, and he will share us a little bit more information and some of the things that we can do and how can we be engaged so we can participate in this online evangelism starting Friday night and going for 10 nights. So he's going from the 9 to the 18 every night. And let's hear about some of the instructions. How can we participate on this online evangelism?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, it's online evangelism, principles for digital discipleship. So yeah, we've kind of broken down a few best practices that we want to share with you. And some of this is a little bit of a review of what Tom just shared, but we've categorized this into three different areas of how you can be an online evangelist, or how you can engage in digital discipleship. And the first one is sharing. And that's some of what Tom showed you already. And we've divided sharing up into 4 different ways that you can share. One is sharing the ads as those go live. Number 2 is sharing the actual videos and the live events. And I'll explain more about that in a moment, the difference between that. Or it's more of an announcement, and then the actual video is maybe a better way to say it that way. But and then letter C is using Messenger, and that's what Tom just showed you. And then letter D, number 4, is using the Max Life Events sharing card. So those are different ways of sharing. Again, here is some screenshots of Richie's ads, and you'll notice, of course, that there's that share button there on the bottom right corner of each of those ads. And so as you share those ads, that will, it'll compound the reach of these ads, especially to your community and the people that you have in your sphere of influence. It's also really good to get your church members to be sharing, so that way, they're reaching their sphere of influence as well. And it's so easy. Talk about evangelism has never been easier, right? Just clicking the share button, maybe write a little note about it, and away it goes. And so yeah, if you can not only do this yourself on your personal pages, and then as well, if your church has a page, you can do that on your church's page, but also training your church members and church leaders to do the same. And that way you can mobilize your whole congregation to really be spreading the outreach impact here. So you can think of this as a kind of a different way of reaching your community through these ads. So, okay, so that's ads. And feel free to stop me if you have a question about anything. The next one is sharing our videos or our live events. So I'm going to be upgrading this slide to have some better screenshots here after I get them today, once we go live again and announce that we're going live. But every day that we go live, there are 2 things that happen. There are 2 posts that our page makes. One is an announcement that we plan to go live. And unfortunately, I can't show that to you right now because we don't have one that's active that shows that. But here afternoon we will. So I'll get a screenshot of that and update this presentation. But you can just kind of imagine that the first post that we make announces that we plan to go live in that evening, and that gives people a heads up. It gives people time to plan and to arrange their schedule if they need to, and it's not a last minute surprise that way. And so that's the first post that we really want you and your network, your church members, your church leaders to be sharing, because another bonus that comes along with that post, again, it's not pictured here, but it will be with this post, is a button that says get reminder. And so when people see this post that will say that Max Life Events plans to go live, they can quickly and easily and conveniently press a button that says get a reminder. And then that way, when we do go live or when we're about to go live, it will also notify them on Facebook so that they don't forget about it and that they can be reminded about it since they've asked to be reminded about it. So that's a great way to kind of help people plan to be attending. So that's really important that that post is shared. Then the second post is when we actually go live that evening. And of course, it's just as important, if not more so, to share that one as well. So that way, again, it's kind of a second reminder for the day and a second opportunity for people to find out about it, for those that maybe missed the first post that you shared, and for those that are seeing it for the first time, it will still give them a chance to participate. So that's the idea behind that. Are there any comments or questions about these principles so far?
I have a question.
Messengers. This is what Tom just kind of shared with you. So this is kind of more of a reminder or a review at this point, but it is along the lines of sharing. So that's also relevant with the question that was just asked. So on any of the posts that you want to share, you'll see that share button there in the bottom right corner. And when you press that button, you'll see this pop-up come in here. And this is where you'll see these different options. So share now, the first one there, that will share to your personal page. Otherwise, you'll see the option there towards the bottom says copy link. That can be used if you want to send the link to somebody directly, or embed is another option if you want to embed this post in a website. So if you want to put this on your church's website or whatever, you can do it that way. So it takes a little bit of technical know-how because it is some code involved there, but it's just a simple copy and paste if you know the right place to put it on your website. So that's what that embed option is for. And then there are other options there as well. But the one that we're highlighting for this purpose is the send in messenger option, which is really powerful. Again, Tom kind of showed this to you already, but it brings up this pop-up where you can type in a special message to somebody, and then you can quickly push these send buttons, which allows you to send that post and your message quickly to groups of people or individuals that you have in your messenger account that way. Okay, and is there any other questions about that? The next item here is sharing cards. So we have printed these sharing cards, which allow your church members to have something physical, something that they can take. And already my wife and I have found these to be super handy, super helpful. The Max Life Events brand has such a wide appeal to people. And so, we found ourselves, before we had these made, we found ourselves really needing this. And so we finally got this made, and we found it's been super handy to have these cards. And we have them in two different sizes. One is the bigger postcard size, and then the other one is the smaller business card size that makes it easy to carry with you in your wallet or wherever you may be going. So we have those two different sizes for convenience. Of course, the bigger one has a little bit more details on it, but the smaller one is easier for taking with you wherever you go, since it's smaller that way. So we found this to be very successful in sharing that with other people. It kind of highlights those 8 domains of intentional living that you see there. Everything from health to vocation, family, intellectual, financial, emotional, relational, spiritual. Those are the 8 domains of intentional living. And then it has the website as well for them to go, and the QR code takes them to that website. One note though about using the Max Life event sharing cards is that it's more of a general purpose sharing card. And so you will have to, as you give this out and as your church members give this out, it's important that you include some brief instructions on it, about which series you are kind of encouraging them to check out. So you might say, oh, here's a really cool website about how to live your life with intentionality. There's a series coming up here called Unchained, and this is how you find it on the page. Just go to the website and you should see it there on the home page, and you can click on Unchained kind of thing. So it's important to include a little bit of instruction since it is more of a general purpose card that way for the website. And the QR code will just take people to the home page. So, okay, any comments or questions about the?
Okay, so maybe not everything is clear completely, but eventually it will. And some people can help each other in the church. I will definitely encourage you to go to your Facebook page go to your Facebook page. From there, you go to Max Life, just one word, Max Life space events, and that's the website where that's the I'm sorry, that's the Facebook page where everything is going to be transmitted. Now, all these messages are targeting unchurched people. And I want to be very clear. So people that are coming and we are sending advertisement in our zip codes here in Mankato. So people that will be joining, they're non-church people. They're people with addictions. They're people that are struggling. And we are targeting those people because we want them to receive the blessing of being unchained. Christ came to give us life and life in abundance, but the enemy is corrupting everything and is destroying people's lives. And we want to bring a message of encouragement, a message of freedom from addictions, and when we're targeting people, they're non-church people or any people. So when we go and participate, we encourage people not, for example, Friday night, don't start greeting people and saying happy Sabbath. No, this is people that are not related to church at all. So if you with your friends, use Facebook Messenger, put it on your Facebook page, begin advertising among your family, your friends. You never know who is connected with